Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Oracle Talks. Um, I appreciate the exchange in energy tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Messages of clarity, confirmation, and peace, and pure intention, transformation, self mastery, self love, and self care will be our focus tonight. First and foremost, I hope that everyone is well. I have taken the time already to set the intention over tonight's reading. There were a few messages that I did get throughout the day that I wanted to just expound on. That energy is still a part of this reading as well. When cleansing the cards, messages of clarity came out today. We have the High Priestess, number 2. And we're going to be working with our tarot cards as well as our oracle deck. I do believe that messages come through in a multitude of ways. So we're going to use our tarot as a clarifier for our oracle messages from the ancestors. Real high energy today, guys. Real beautiful energy today. A lot of energy based on communication. Those are some of the things that I had go on with me today as well. And also meeting new, making, let me be clear, making new connections in unlikely situations. I had that happen today too. But again, we have the High Priestess Oracle card here, and it says intuition and knowingness. Okay. So following your intuition is going to be real pivotal for a lot of you this week and the coming weeks going on into the new year. Because when you're able to follow your intuition, the other part of that is the 10 of Pentacles here. You will receive blessings like no other, blessings of abundance. Some of you have creative endeavors that's going to require you to follow your intuition and know. You understand? So we have the 10 of Pentacles, like I say here. And this is just going to be the tone for the overall reading today. The 10 of Pentacles, which is blessings, okay? Abundance, prosperity. And the High Priestess, intuition and knowingness. So as long as you are following your intuition and using the knowledge that you have, you're going to be fine. A lot of you are. And I do want to say I do not own the rights to the music here in the background. On the bottom of the oracle deck, guys, we have the trickster, ego, and excess. So, and it's really beautiful, this energy that we're seeing here, because this is giving you an overall message of using your intuition, and how using your intuition will allow you to stay out of that trickster energy or not be tricked by someone. It may be someone coming in with some trickster energy. They may not have the intentions that they say they have. So you'll have to be able to use your intuition in order to clarify that energy. You understand? So we have on the bottom of the oracle deck the trickster, which speaks to ego and excess. Okay. But if you use your intuition and you know what you know from past experiences, guys, you'll be able to G check is what I'm hearing, this energy of that trickster spirit. Okay. I hope everyone is well tonight. The energy is so high. I'm up every night around the same time here. It's about 4, it might be around 4:44 right now, which should speak highly of what we're doing tonight in this reading. Yeah, we're going to pull a few cards from the Oracle deck, guys, and go from there. Again, it's been a beautiful weekend already. As per the usual, the weekends, they come and they go, right? They come, they're here, and then they're gone. But a lot of you may be spending time with family and friends right now. And that is why the clarifying cards are important. They They set the tone for the overall collective energy and what you'd have to know going into the holidays and things like that. There are going to be a lot of spirits involved, and I'm saying that as far as to say like alcohol and things of that nature. People are going to be taking place in, alcohol, which is a part of the, whole tradition or the ritual, if you will, with Christmas and the holidays, things like that. But anytime you have alcohol mixed with emotions, it is very wise of chosen ones, a collective, to be able to use their discernment and their intuition and to know when to, avoid that trickster energy, because if not, then you fall back into old traps and things like that, and we've come too far to go back into that energy. So immediately upon shuffling the deck, guys, we have here chaos and destruction again. That speaks to the collective energy here with the high priestess and the knowing. Knowingness is what the card says. The high priestess, what she represents is that divine moral compass being activated, okay? And because she represents the intuition and the knowingness, that means that she's the she's the compass. She knows when to get in and out and how to get in and out of situations, but she's never acting on emotions. She's more so balanced to be able to, order the chaos, if you will. And right behind that, we have chaos and destruction. So if you're not careful, chosen ones, this is card number 16, chaos and destruction will follow. But you're very protected, which is why you're even able to receive these messages tonight, because your ancestors definitely do not play any games when it come down to you. But we never want to have to put ourselves in a position that could have been avoided. So we want to make sure we're using our intuition and knowing this, okay? Because, again, the overall energy here, we want to make sure that we are protecting the blessings, the sacrifices that have been gifted to us, okay? You got the 10 of Pentacles right now. You don't have time for any delays as it would pertain to things that you could have simply avoided. You're too intelligent to be moving like a what I'm hearing is a neophyte. You're too intelligent to move like a neophyte, okay? Chosen ones, we've been through so much. We've grown through so much that we understand the power in being absent, to bullshit and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're operating in your high priestess energy around this time. Definitely the holidays more specifically, because you're around a lot of family, and where you are on your journey, other people may not be there, may or may not be there, okay? So it is indicative that we as chosen ones operate and set the tone for what true leadership and greatness looks like, but true blessing, okay? We have a lot to protect. And what I'm hearing right now spiritually is that from your spirit team is that there are 10 things. There are 10 endeavors for some of you, and maybe even more than that. But there are 10 endeavors that you have been working on over the last few years, and they're about to open up. Okay, so we want to operate wisely. And I'm also hearing that this is a lot of divine feminine energy, because as divine feminine, sometimes, guys, we get a little I mean, of course, rightfully so, with divine feminine, right? But what that speaks to is us being able to, as I said earlier, order the chaos, being able to know when to, and I'm hearing right now, know when to hold them and know when to fold them. We have to be wise, because going through the initiations that some of us have gone through, some of us are sick met babies, okay? And that means that That means that this energy here, this high priestess energy, yeah, she's a high priestess in the highest regard. But she's also chaos and destruction when she needs to be, you understand? So we build things and we can burn them down as well. So again, divine feminine, be real careful over the holidays. I'm definitely hearing um, divine feminine. Maybe you have a divine masculine that, or a masculine. Excuse me. This is in the divine masculine I'm speaking in reference to when I say be careful. But maybe you have a masculine that you've been dealing with, or may be in the vicinity of, and they are not evolved. So that would make them a masculine, but not a divine masculine. And you have to be careful with your words, okay? Just put you up on game early, okay? Because you know we as divine feminine, we're wise, sure, wise as a serpent, but some of um the younger or younger spirits in the initiation system, not the neophytes who passed that, but some of the younger initiates are learning how to catch their fire, if you understand what I'm saying. They have not yet mastered um the muzzle that needs to be put on the and that's the best terminology I can use for lack of better words right now. They have not yet mastered their fire, so it may scorch your ass. You understand? It can burn somebody. Okay, so we want to be real careful around this holiday time, because divine feminine and divine masculine alike, we have a lot to protect. Again, you have the Ten of Pentacles out here, and this is the overall energy, the High Priestess energy, and the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So we got a lot to protect right now. This is going to set you up for life is what I'm hearing here. So we want to be careful. We want to operate in our higher self because we're masters of that, okay? I have had such a beautiful weekend. I mean, it's not over yet, but the tone so far has been great. And that Chaos and Destruction card that I showed y'all guys, that's number 16. And when you put the 1 and the 6 together, that's 7. So this is the truth, okay? We're going to pull a few more cards from the Oracle deck, guys. I hope everyone is well. Somebody finna be partying. Let me tell you guys, there's a lot of, like I said, alcohol gonna be going on. A lot of food, a lot of hanging out, which is very beautiful. We just got to know how to have a good time. Because some of us have not, what I'm hearing right now, some of us haven't been around our family, some of them, in a very long time. And they've been looking for you at family functions. They're like, yeah, what's such and such here? Have you heard from her? Or have you heard from him? And nobody's heard from you guys. You guys have been doing, oh my God, you guys have been doing the work on a high level. And a lot of your families just felt like, you know, where is this person? Or he or she is usually like the life of the party. They're the ones that hold it together. But that was you. I don't want to say in your unevolved state, but that was in your state of unrealized potential. You understand? When you come to the family gathering this time, that energy that you're bringing is going to assure them that every absence has been accounted for. Okay? It's been accounted for. And you might even see like a lot of them like gravitate towards you because of the light that you're going to be exuding. They want to know what it is that you have been doing and how you got this glow on you. A lot of us have a serious glow on us and it attracts people. They're like a moth to a flame. They cannot understand it. A lot of us have tapped into our actual purpose on why we're here. And when you are tapped into why you are here, guys, that you radiate like an orgone energy is what I'm hearing. And that's that cosmic dust, okay? So you have this light on you and in you, and it's shining through, and it's very attractive. As well as it can attract good intentions, it can attract people with not so good intentions. So we know we have to be in our God mind, moving like the high priestess and high priestesses, the high priests and high priestesses that we are, excuse me. Because a lot of people are going to be like, hey, oh my gosh, we haven't saw you in so long. And they want to know. They want to know what you've been doing, but the whole time on the bottom of the deck, you've been going through a soul awakening, okay? A lot of you, I'm hearing you are called in for your bloodline, to okay, this is what spirit is giving me. You've been called in on behalf of your bloodline. You were the only one that could do it. So while everybody else is partying and going to the family functions, you were trying to set up the legacy of the family, okay? Some of you come from backgrounds that are not so favorable, whereas it speaks to like your family name. You may come from a family bloodline that has not so good of a reputation, and you've been working hard to rebuild that by using your name. And your name is what's going to open up doors for your bloodline within the next 10, 20, 30 years. You're going to be the one that did it. You're setting up the foundation for the legacy, rebuilding, your family name. The family brand is what I'm hearing. Okay? So, yeah, they want to know what you've been doing. They definitely want to know. And don't be surprised. Like I said, a lot of them, they have not saw you. It's been years. For some of you, I'm hearing 7 years. For some of you, I'm hearing 10 years. And we are at a graduation right now, guys. That's where we are. We have graduated. We have transcended what it is that we came here to do. And a lot of us are doing that. A lot of us are working in our passion, and it shines through. People want to know. They want to know what you've been doing, and how wow, you look good. You look amazing. You're glowing. Like, what have you been up to? And we are the oracles of our family. A lot of us, the priests or the priestesses, the healers of our family. We have knowledge that these people can't even imagine, because they don't know you. They know who you were. They don't know who you are now. So therefore, they don't know you. But it's up to us to exercise our power in a responsible way. And not, what I'm hearing is a lot of us are passionate about what it is we've learned over the last cycle that we've been in before the graduation. We're so passionate about what we've learned that we want to share it. But there are going to be other people that's been doing the work too in the family. Now, you may not know, it may not be, the same depth of how you did it. I mean, of course not, because you're the chosen one, right? But they've been working too, so they're going to want to share what they know, and a lot of them, they're so excited about information that they've learned, some truths that they've learned about maybe, themselves and the world and things like that. But I'm being led to tell you, do not overshare. Allow them to have that time, because the knowledge that you have, they say, do not cast your pearls before swine. You don't want to be in a position to where you're having to defend anything. You just want to be there to have a good time and be that light. And that's what the family needs at this time. If you feel inclined to share, do so, but do so with caution. Because like I said, you do have some people that are not evolved, and they're far from evolution. They're not evolution. They're not thinking about evolution. They're and the way that I'm getting it right now, guys, it's not that they didn't want to evolve. There are some people that came here to just be in this space, breathing and living. That's just what it is. So that comes with them just being themselves, I don't want to say NPCs. That's what I'm hearing. I don't want to say NPCs, but that's what I'm hearing. Like, some of these people are just NPCs. A lot of these people were the ones that were, they might have even been people in your family that, or old friends, that are still different, that the family still deals with, that still comes around the family, that at one point you would hang out too, when you were in your lower self, when you didn't know yourself, when you weren't trying to do better. These people were holding you back at one point in time, or you were holding yourself back by entertaining these people. And now you're going to see, what you're going to see too, that you got to be careful about, is a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. But for the most part, it's not going to be that type of energy. For the most part, people want to know, like, what you've been up to, So we're not entertaining any nonsense at this point. We're not doing that. We're too far gone. A lot of us are just flowing. Like, That's the energy I'm feeling right now. And it's like, for confirmation, you, like I said, I don't own the rights to this music in the background, but you hear Jacquees in the background. And the theme of that song, what he's talking about is like whether it be with you and all of your bullshit. No, we past that point. We past that point. We're so evolved in our thinking that if you're not coming correct over here, we can be cool, we can do all of that, but a lot of us have power and potential that we know now. We know our power, so we're not falling for the okie doke. Okay, let's get some more energy ancestors for the collective. What is it that you want them to know? I also have 3 other messages out here, guys, by way of fortune cookies. I got 3 fortune cookies today. And the first one says, your upcoming trip will lead you to make new friends. Again, like I just said, they're going to be people that are drawn to you. You understand? But it's divine alignment, okay? Whatever it is that you guys are doing or trying to do, or wherever you get ready to go for the holidays or just business trip, could be vacation or whatever. Some of you, because you've been working hard, getting ready to go on vacation. Your upcoming trip will lead you to make new friends. Some of us had to go through that period where we cut everyone off and we just couldn't trust anybody. And so we have a very limited friend circle. And I mean like smaller than a dot, you understand? If you know, you know. So you're going to be making new friends, guys. And these are going to be people that align divinely with your purpose in life. You won't have to question their motives. Because when the spirit puts people in your path now, these are people that are on the same type of time that you are on, is what I am hearing. So you won't have to worry about that. So be open to that, guys. And it may present itself in a very unlikely way, which was the situation that I had today as confirmation. So that's one of the messages. So you guys will be going to have some new friends, and that's good. People that are on your same level, the same mindset, and are on the same type of time that you own, meaning that you're going to be making friends, and you guys are going to be purpose partners, okay? Having someone that can support you because they understand what it is you're trying to do, because they're trying to do the exact same thing, and that's very, very beautiful, okay? Ooh, with Wale in the background confirming Lotus Flower Bomb. Some of the collective, come on, spirit. Some of the collective, some of you all have been asking for a divine counterpart, and what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing, is that the energy you're operating on, they're going to be like a moth to a flame to you. You've been waiting for him or her, divine feminine, divine masculine. You've been waiting for them, and they're getting ready to come into your orbit. And it will be in the most unlikeliest of ways, but you will feel it. You will know. That's what I'm hearing. You will know. Again, with that high priestess energy out here, and that's not just for divine feminine. We understand that we are both. So with that high priestess energy out here, you'll be able to use your intuition. It will guide you, okay? We have the 5 of Cups out here energy. We're going to see if we can clarify it. Clarify the 5 of Cups energy, Holy Spirit. We're going to clarify it with a oracle card, guys, okay? Yeah, some of you guys are getting ready to meet that one. Because going through this journey, guys, I'm going to tell you something. When you learn how to balance your own self out, and you look around, and like a lot of us too, what I'm hearing is and this came out in the last reading, a lot of us have been practicing celibacy for the divine feminine, and then for the divine masculine, you guys have been practicing semen retention. And that's because you don't want to spill your cup with anyone other than that one. You understand? And you've been feeling like a part of yourself has been missing, but they're on the way. And we're going to clarify that with a oracle card, guys. They're on the way, okay? Holy Spirit, clarify the Five of Cups for the collective. Yeah, they on the way. And I can say that because that's been my energy as well. This journey initially started out with me learning how to love myself again. And now I'm like, okay, let's see if we can attract that same energy with someone that can do that same thing for us, which is a beautiful thing if you can. And we can because we have that power. It's been activated. That love energy has been activated. Holy Spirit, clarify the Five of Cups. Yeah, y'all. You're okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So we have Altar of Earth, limitless prosperity, guys. Okay. Altar of Earth, limitless prosperity. So this person that's coming in, guys, you're going to be able to build with them, and your prosperity will be limitless. Some of you have been in a place where you've been rebuilding, and it's just been you, and you want someone to share your successes with, because like I said, I have 3 fortune out here from the fortune cookies that I got today, and it says your entrepreneurial spirit will lead to great financial success and wealth, and you want someone to share that with. Okay, and they're coming in. This is the number 37 on the Altar of Earth Limitless Prosperity card. And that 37 is a 10, which means the beginning and ending of something. So it's the beginning of you having a new bountiful, prosperous relationship, and the end of you doing this alone. So congratulations on that, guys. That is so beautiful. I'm waiting too. I'm waiting too, because I wouldn't dare go chase them. I don't have to. The light is too bright at this time. But we are cautioned to use our intuition, guys. Spirit not going to send us anything that's not for us at this time, though. We've passed those tests. It did that. Anything that's not for us can't even come into our orbit field right now. It can't come into our orbit or our auric field, period. It just cannot at this time. Vibrating too high. You're doing what Spirit just told me is you are doing what you are supposed to do. Therefore, you will attract like-minded individuals. Okay? You're going to attract like-minded individuals, period. Because anything other than that, that's not what we own. And Spirit don't move like that. All right, Holy Spirit, what else we have for the collectors tonight? Also out here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and read the third fortune. We got 2 cards. It says your positive outlook will lead you to success. So, wow. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. But your positive outlook, this is what it says here. Your positive outlook will lead you to success. So, as you can see, with those fortunes alone, 2 of those are speaking to success. Okay, so, and what I'm getting right now is that when you change your mindset, your reality changed. So perspective and perception is everything, right? So when you were able to change your mindset about certain situations, you were able to see positive outcomes. And I can just speak to that specifically because I'm qualified, as that was also my plight. Anytime you've gone through things and, the outcomes have not been favorable, you have to sit with it. And it takes a lot to be able to see the good in it when there's been so much of the opposite. You understand? So now that your mindset has changed, your situation is changing, because we understand as cosmic beings, as chosen ones, that our external is a direct reflection of our internal, okay? So you guys have done a lot of work, a lot of work. Let's go ahead and see what these 2 cards are the clarifying cards here for the energy. Okay, guys, we have the 6 of Cups And we have the sun. Okay, exactly. That's the success. Those are the blessings. The Six of Cups. Let's go ahead. I do have my I do have the tarot book out here. I want to give it to you guys straight from the horse's mouth, okay? What that Six of Cups energy represents, okay? Six of Cups, calm, serenity, acceptance, simple pleasures, excuse me, nostalgia, old friends, new hope and opportunity. The Six of Cups is the calm after an emotional storm. Although things might not be perfect, you learn to accept your limits and find new appreciation of those close to you and with whom you share your life. Your thoughts may be focused on the past, and you may start to idealize the quote unquote good times as you remember them. An old friend may re-enter your life and help you to come to terms with what, you have become, bringing a fresh opportunity and a new lease of life. New friendships can also blossom at this time. So again, guys, that speaks to um, the um, the energy from earlier. Your upcoming trip will lead to making new friends, or in this case, this could be someone from your past that has evolved as well, and they're coming in to help you sort that out. So you do have a divine counterpart or a fated meeting on the way, guys. So those of you that are wondering that this is your confirmation, it is definitely coming in for you. But you are reflecting at this point. A lot of us have gotten so far in the game because it's pretty much over. We're at graduation, and this is like being behind the I'm here being behind the curtain before they pull the curtain to reveal the graduates, um, or the new world order, is what I'm hearing. Um, it's that period of, let me just see, let me look back on my life type of energy, and that is what we should be doing. But definitely using our intuition, because some of those things can be can some of that energy will try to trap you up in it, and that's where you get that trickster ego excess energy. But we're not falling for that. That's just for reflection purposes only, nothing other than that, collective. Okay. And then we have the sun out here, and I'll give it to you, like I said, directly from the source, the sun. Okay. The sun speaks to a lot of energy, um, and that is also a part of the major arcana, guys. Let's see here. Sun speaks to exposure, blessings. A lot of you guys are blessed. Do you hear me? You are blessed in ways that people can't even imagine, but they wouldn't even understand what it took to get there. That's what I'm hearing. They wouldn't understand what it took to get there, what you had to give up, doing it by yourself. I know because I've been there. So the sun card is number 19 in the major arcana, and it says, I am light and warmth and all good things to all people. Words associated with the sun: joy, optimism, clarity, trust, courage, ambition, success, opportunity, health, vitality, and happiness. Okay. The sun shining on a child riding on a white horse is symbolic of life in full bloom. 360, guys, in other words. The fool has passed through the dark night of the soul, and the way ahead is clear again. He knows where he is going and what he wants to achieve, and he meets with success in all his endeavors. Again, you have that success out here again, okay? Indicating energy, joy, optimism, and worldly success. Success again. This card suggests that it is the perfect moment to embrace opportunities and live life to the fullest. When this card appears in a spread, it promises health, happiness, and perhaps even the birth of a child. Now that also, I will say this about that sun card, because that's been the collective energy over the last several readings I have done. You guys can go back and get those videos, and you will see that. But the sun card speaking to childbirth. So some of you, divine feminine, divine masculine, some of you are expecting. or about to get news that you are expecting. So, congratulations on that. You're about to get news that you are expecting. And for some of you, I am seeing twins out here. So the divine masculine, he really held back on that semen retention. He held back for divine feminine to give it all to you. And these children will be blessed. It's a part of your sacred union. So yeah, and also not only just like childbirth, this could be symbolic for you getting ready to give birth to something that you have been creating. Okay, it's getting ready to come into full bloom. Is what I'm understanding this to mean also. So if you're not pregnant or you don't have anybody pregnant, don't worry. This could be something that you have been working on, a project or multiple projects. Like I said, with that Ten of Pentacles energy out here, this is multiple projects that you guys have been working on, and they will be prosperous. You will be successful beyond anything that you can think of because you have been patient with this. And it's like your baby. These creations are like your children. So that definitely very well can be what that sun card is speaking to as it relates to childbirth or creation. You understand? So guys, the success though, it's the success of it all for me. Like that's been out here a lot tonight. Um, and a lot of us, I'm gonna be real honest, I'm gonna be very transparent, I'm gonna have a very vulnerable moment with you guys. A lot of us, myself, more in particular, um, I was a person at one point before before I hit my head and I became Alice in Wonderland and went down the rabbit hole. um, I've always, as a child, was intuitive, was curious. I come from a long line of this. This isn't something that I just decided to do one day. That's why I can do it, and I can do it from a place where it's not for me. I'm sharing my gift and we're exchanging energy in this way. But I come from a long line of this, and growing up, I always, I always knew what I knew, but when you start to get older and life starts to shape you, you understand the gifts are sometimes quiet. So you get to go through the life of being a fool, right? You get to go through the life of being a fool. And what that means is that, yeah, you can have all of the worldly pleasures and things like that, which really have any meaning. You're just, you're an unevolved character in your own book, right? And so I went through that. I never had to worry about money and stuff. Like, I was one of the most successful people I know in my family. I did a lot of things coming straight out of high school, and I was a single parent at a very young age. And I strived to be my best self because I understood what people thought that to be as a barrier for me or something that could stop me, and it didn't. And I've been up there with people that have lots and lots of material wealth. But when I really delved into myself, those resources started to kind of just like, you don't really care about, you know, and not that I didn't care about it, it's just that it wasn't where I was going. I had to be depleted of the material things because the spiritual was calling me higher. So I went through, I went through times where, the finances were limited, and then I had to make decisions on how I was going to live, and I lived a certain way because of my children and providing for them and being accountable for them. So some of us, like I said, just to tie everything back in, some of us have gone through, um, times in this journey where it seemed like the rewards on a material level were not there, on a financial level were not there. But that was because yo that was because the spiritual overflow that your spiritual bank was overflowing. Okay, it just had to. There's a time when we're going through this where we're building up our spiritual bank, guys, and it has to be. It has to be. Holy Spirit, clarify. There's a time that we are going through this, guys, on the spiritual journey. And that time period is where knowledge is the real wealth. Okay? So you got your wealth. I got my wealth by way of knowledge. So that overrided the material, 3D things, although we do need those things to live. But we are the wealthy. We are the elite. We are the illuminated ones. Don't ever get that twisted. And you know that now because you have out here in this spread over this entire collective energy tonight, guys. You have nothing but success. Everything you touch is going to turn into gold, okay? Everything you touch is going to turn into gold. Holy Spirit, clarify the energy. Everything you touch is getting ready to turn to gold if it has not already. When you see this Pinnacle card out here, guys, these are symbolic to gold coins, okay? Talons, shekels, okay? So whatever you had to go through in the past, some of you losing things, not having anybody to turn to. Like I said, I'm qualified because I've been there and done that. Got the t-shirt, okay? Whatever you had to go through as far as being without, you're not about to be without now. Some of you have just moved. I know because I did. Once you level up your way of thinking, guys, and once we become the butterfly coming out of the cocoon and we burn that cocoon up with that kundalini energy, guys, you move into a new place. You have to. Because now your reality assimilates to you and not the other way around. So you won't, everything you touch is literally about to turn into gold. Watch. Then there are gonna be some people that get this message when they get it because, we all arriving at the same place at the same damn time. Okay, look, Nine of Wands. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We're gonna take it to the book, and I'm gonna let y'all know now. Anytime you see those wands out there that speak to abundance, okay? Nine of Wands, guys. They're not playing with you guys. They want you to know, baby. My baby been struggling. My baby been the one out here doing the work while everybody was out here living it up. And, hey, and you know what? I'm gonna say this too, because I don't want nobody to think that we don't, first of all, we don't care. Let me just say that. We don't care what other people were doing. We were doing what we had to do. We didn't understand it at the time, but we do now. But while everybody was, out here living it up, you was at home on your, your spiritual shit in your spiritual bag. You at home in your spiritual bag. Listen to that. Getting the knowledge to feed your soul. You were not on what they were on. And you were not supposed to. This was a time period that the cycle, only those who got that call and picked it up were supposed to get it. And you did. Now watch this. That Nine of Wands, like I said, abundance. Straight from the book. Nine of Wands. Keywords associated with the Nine of Wands. Final challenge, goal in sight, perseverance, tenacity, determination, courage to overcome. Like I said, okay? Thank you, Holy Spirit. The Nine of Wands represents last-minute challenges on your way to attaining a goal. You have come a long way and are determined to not give up now. Although it may not seem like it at the moment, what you have been hoping for is within reach. Baby, it's within your grasp. You understand me? With your goal in sight, you find the courage and tenacity to give one final push. If you persevere, no obstacle can stand in your way for long. From deep within, you must find the resources to keep going and remain hopeful. Now, this also is going to speak to that energy of pregnancy that we talked about earlier, right? The energy of giving birth, guys. A lot of you may have been feeling some built up pressure. And I'm going to liken that to this Nine of Wands energy. When a mother gets ready to have a child, she has to do one final big push before that beautiful bundle of joy is actually in the world, right? This is your one last big push. And I know it's been hard, but we're not even going to speak to that. We're going to speak to the strength of it all, baby, because you got this. and they want you to know that you have it, okay? They want you to know you got it. It's done. And yes, along the way, we kind of, because for some of us, it's been going on for so many years, we actually forgot that we were going through this. That's the thing you have to understand too, guys. You have to give yourself grace and mercy because we've been going through this, some of us, for a extremely long time. And the reason why we've gone through it is because we tried to cut some corners, some of us, and we tried to cut some corners, some of us, and then had to come back and, we had to get G-checked a little bit, and that's okay. But when when you've gone through this for so long, you know, it's like I don't know if you remember from childhood, they used to have this like magical pads where you turn the little circles and then it'll write for you, and then after a while it'll disappear. That's what happens on this journey. We get into it and we slowly start to forget. And it's not that we're trying to do that. That is a part of this process of evolving, right? That lesson that you learned externally has now been absorbed into the subconscious. And we have to our subconscious has to remind the conscious sometimes, like, hey, this is only but a part of the journey. Don't take anything personal. But remember what we're doing. And I'm here to remind you of that tonight, okay? That is what I'm here to do. So, like I said, it's graduation time, guys. A lot of us are at that final moment, that final face off with the self. This ain't about nobody else. This is not about the new people that you will come into contact with. Before you can even come into contact with these people, what the Holy Spirit is saying is that you got to have this final face off with yourself. Show yourself what you really made of. G-check your shadow. Because we've gotten to the threshold where we get ready to cross over into that real power. For real. And a lot of us already got it. Like, I don't know, with some of us, like, the telepathy has been telepathy. You hear me? While life has been lifing, the telepathy has been telepathy. You might be thinking about somebody, guys, and they show up. Like, you might not have saw this person in years. It may be a scenario like that where you haven't saw this person in years, and then all of a sudden you think about them and you out somewhere and like, oh man, I haven't saw you in a long time. Girl, I haven't saw you in so many years. Yeah, the telepathy is telepathy right now. And that is a part of our ancestral power, guys. We have the ability to do that. So don't count yourself out. I know that, a lot of us, we started this thing years ago, and then life is happening simultaneously. That's another thing. While you on this journey, right, to self-mastery, what we have to understand that is life is going to continue to life. And that's a part of the self-mastery of it all. You have to be able to use that single eye, okay, to filter out the unnecessary things. And we forget that sometimes. So then you have, people in the collective such as myself that are here to remind us. Because I can tell you now, the reason why I started, that's not that's not a part of, how I got here. All of that, like I said, got burned up. The more I started to walk in my purpose, a lot of that just burned away. Real beautiful energy, guys. This is so amazing. This is very amazing. Yeah, some of y'all getting ready to be the first millionaire in your family. I'm just go ahead and let you know that, it's no need of holding back now. We real transparent with the energy, and we're just gonna keep going until spirit feel like you got it. Until the spirit feel like you remember now. You and your divine God head, we're gonna keep going. But yeah, some of y'all are getting ready to be the some of you are the millionaire of your family. Then some of you, what I'm hearing is that some of you are some of you are on a journey to where you're shaman. You have mastered things such as herbology, medicine, plant medicine, You able to speak with plant spirits and things of that nature. You healed yourself, and that is your testimony and qualification. You understand? While they got PhDs, we have what is called divine contractual agreements. And those are aligned with our soul and our purpose, and a lot of us is tapped into that. We're able to get certain messages and decode them. That is a part of my TikTok. I don't read the future. I decode cosmic notifications, and that's what this is. What we're doing. And I do want to thank you guys for sharing energy for me. And this is a timeless message, guys. Whenever you receive it, that is when you are meant to have it. There's no decoding going on here for you all. That is what I'm here to do. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave any room for doubt or any guessing. Okay, that's what I'm here to do. This is a part of my spiritual gift. And y'all, I ran from this for so long. That's why life was like, okay, you gonna keep running? All right, we're gonna bring you back over here until you get it. But another thing too that I had to realize, I was given a certain amount of time to learn certain things. We'll get to that in a minute, but I was given a certain amount of time to learn certain things that I could not be in a public forum before I had mastered certain parts of the journey. And Spirit gave this to me a couple of years ago. It took me 2 years to really get comfortable with the idea of putting myself on Front Street and being in a public specter, just because I am the behind the scenes go-getter. I'm the person that shit is working out for everybody and nobody knows why. And it's like, well, how did it happen? I'm that person. I'm the person that everybody is wondering about, but they don't know anything about. They just see what I do. They just see the results of my moves. That's me. I'm behind the scenes, and I'm comfortable. I've always been behind the scenes, but Spirit told me, since we're taking you higher, you're going to have to be able to be out here in a public forum. And I went to college, guys, multiple colleges, and I didn't graduate. I only, went for financial gain, to be honest, but I was put in those places just to make it make sense. I was put into those places, transparently speaking, so that I could activate my gift, and I did not even know it at the time. I went through multiple public speaking classes and things of that nature. I've always been a very bold speaker. My throat chakra has been active my entire life. My family will tell you this about me, and people that know me. My throat chakra has always been active, okay? But being able to, your throat chakra being activated is not enough. You got to know how to speak to a certain situation. And how you speak to a certain situation determines whether or not it's life or death. And that's what the Holy Spirit had to show me. I had to hone my gift of speaking to be able to come before you all like this. Because everybody can do it. Anybody can do it. They say, many are called, but few are chosen. You'll get a lot of what they call false prophets and things like that. And I will say that too. I'm not a prophet. I don't ascribe to any of that or subscribe to any of that. I'm not here for that. I'm here purely for the collective because I am a part of it. So when I'm here and I'm reading the energy, this is my energy as well. This is an equal exchange for me. And then there's a lot of you guys too, from what I'm, picking up from your ancestors right now. There's a lot of you guys that are actually going to be on the same journey. There's a lot of you guys that are able to access different realms of information and relay them to the people. Your third eye is literally wide open. You're able to give people messages of clarity. And that's because, too, I like to say this. We are very empathic readers of the energy. We're very empathic. We feel very deeply about a lot of things, okay? And that puts us in a place sometimes emotionally where we have to reground ourselves. And before you can be a part of this or initiated into this, you have to have a certain level of mastery of the emotional aspect of it all. So yeah, a lot of you guys are pondering, should I make that video? Should I go ahead and tap in because my gifts are online? Absolutely. If listen, if the higher self is in agreement, do it, because that's what it's about. 55 on the timer as confirmation. We're coming up on the hour mark, guys. And again, I did not put a I'm just going with the flow right now. I do not have any type of structure when it comes to my readings. I want it to be raw and authentic, and whoever it's for, that's who it's for. You know. When you tap in, you'll know. That's just the vibes. So we have a tarot card out here. We're going to clarify with the Oracle deck, guys. Let's see what we got. You know, it's funny. I remember I remember watching a lot of tarot and oracle readings back in the day. And I watched it because I was studying. You know, I was studying the craft. Not necessarily the readers, which the ones that I watched were very awesome, men and women alike. But I was studying the craft, the ability to be connected so much so that you can read a person's auric field, their energy from like continents away. You know, that's real strong. That's real power. Everybody's gift is not fully realized because with great power comes great restraint and great responsibility. And you have to be real grounded in order to do this. You have to be a person that, a person that understands power and when to exercise it. But you also have to be obedient to the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, clarify the tarot we have out here for the collective in this energy reading. Clarify the energy, Holy Spirit. So this next place we're going into, I said earlier in the reading, I said the New World Order. This next place that we're going into, a lot of you guys are world leaders too. The New World leaders. And you may not see yourself as that. It's okay. I'm like I said, I'm here to remind you. You can't tell me, but I know. I'm here to remind you. G-check you, if you will. Yeah, a lot of you all are new world leaders. A lot of us. We're getting ready to run this free world. I see some of you all are tapping into the self-care. You out here looking good. You're smelling good. Some of you might be buying like new clothes, new colognes, new perfumes. You know, taking care of your body, exercising, working out, and getting rid of that pressure in the best way possible. So that when your person arrives, you look the part, you know, because that's one of our senses, seeing. So a lot of you guys are out here on the healthy tip. I also see a lot of you detoxing as well at this time, which is very, very important. I would advise that because we've come to the end of the year. So a lot of that energy needs to be purged out. If you don't do it, it'll your body will let you know. Clarify the energy, Holy Spirit. Way too many. So, okay, now you got to be... okay, we have the Page of Wands out here. Another wand. We're going to clarify that in a minute, guys. Clarify the energy, Holy Spirit. Clarify the energy, Holy Spirit, for the collective. All right. Thank you. So we have the Page of Wands, guys. choose freedom and shine and rise, okay? Creature of fire. So this is for my fire signs out here. Aries. I'm getting strong Aries energy with all this red. A lot of passion. Creature of fire, choose freedom. And mother of fire, shine and rise. Look at that, guys. Okay. Divine feminine, divine masculine, shine and rise. Or rise and shine. And you know what? We used to hearing it rise and shine, but on this card here, number 25, it says shine and rise. You are the mother of fire. So your that aspect of your soul that is the fire aspect, the mother aspect, the mother of fire aspect of the soul is ready to shine and rise. Again, it speaks to the energy. A lot of you, because of the work that you have done on yourself and are doing internally, you are shining and you are rising with that shine. And people are going to be attracted to that. And all types of opportunities are going to come with that, guys. Because you know what? You chose freedom. Period. Okay? Choose freedom. Creature of fire. You burned down all of the illusions, baby. You freed yourself. You didn't need anybody to do this for you. And a lot of us, we walked into this and we didn't know what we was walking into, but we were not afraid to do it. Okay? We were not afraid to do it, and you did that. You are a creature of fire. You burn down false illusions and you shine and rise right after you do it, okay? Let's clarify this Page of Wands energy. Again, straight to the source, guys. Six of Wands. Keywords. Excuse me, Page of Wands. Excuse me, guys. Active, playful, imaginative, inspired, creative, youthful, falling. The Page of Wands is an active and boisterous youth with a fertile imagination. This card represents the urge to explore and play, to follow your dreams and look for new experiences and adventures. This page, or the page, excuse me, seeks to avoid the responsibility that comes with maturity. So you want to be young and jovial out here, and that is the energy, that is creative energy, okay? When this card appears, it may represent a person, young or old, whose behavior is eternally youthful. Because you know what happened when we burned up those false illusions, guys? We understood that we had to be in a place where we were always in our imagination, because that is the only place that you can be in and thrive while going through this journey, okay? It may also represent your own need to break from stifling habits and responsibilities and develop these qualities or creative qualities within yourself. Yeah, you can't be too serious in life. You had to learn that. Some of us was just too serious. I speak for myself and say that. I'm a Capricorn. So naturally, I am very, I'm overbearing at times. But not in the way that would be like, oh my God. But like, I want things to be a certain way. I'm a control freak. You understand? Let me just go ahead and say it. I could just say that because this is myself I'm talking about. I'm a control freak over certain things, but I had to learn to get up out of that. Being a control freak while you on this journey is going to cause insanity to the highest degree. You're not in control of anything. You're learning. And when you're learning, you have to be like water. You have to be in a flow state. Yes, you have responsibilities and things of that nature, but even to maintain those responsibilities, you still have to be in a flow state. You can't allow things to overtake you. So that Page of Wands, I hear a lot of us been being jovial. You've been outside more. Maybe you have children and they have exposed you to, just being a child again. Because we didn't start being so serious about life until we became an adult. And we have to, in order for us to prosper in these days and times, we have to foster that childlike energy. That's how you win in life. Childlike energy. And I know I have 5 children, so I understand. I'm very youthful. I look very, very young. And my kids have helped to preserve me with that childlike energy. So a lot of us are getting back into that. A lot of us are understanding that that is what it takes in this part of our journey in order for us to thrive, creatively speaking. You have to be in a childlike energy. So beautiful, beautiful, realizing that, guys. Holy Spirit, what else do you have for the collective? And also, y'all, like, the love energy. And I cannot stop speaking about that. The love energy is really, really high. The love energy is really, really high. Divine Feminine is ready. Divine Feminine is ready. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. Give the collective the confirmation that they need as it pertains to relationships, their love life, and their divine counterpart. Are they on the way? Let us know if they're on the way, Holy Spirit. Divine Feminine, like, you know what? I enjoyed this reading. I love all of that, but what about my man? Divine Masculine, like, yeah, that's cool, the success and all of that, but I need my shorty in order to have somebody to share it with. I got y'all. Let's see. Let's see what the Holy Spirit got for us. Because what does it gain a man to profit the whole world or lose his soul, babe? I need somebody with me. Ooh, great energy here, guys. Let's see. Holy Spirit. Is the collective Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine counterpart on the way? What do you have for them? With this wand energy out here, baby. Also, that's a lot. It's a lot of sexual chemistry out here as well. Because life comes from the wand. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, okay? Wheel of Fortune, guys. So you and your divine counterpart, when they do come, the work that you've been doing by yourselves, you guys are going to have a Wheel of Fortune. Are they on the way, though, Holy Spirit? And you guys are going to be fortunate in ways that, you know, in your past relationships, it was more so like maybe one person giving more than they were receiving and vice versa. But you guys are going to be able to pour into each other. And that's the real wealth. You're going to be able to care for each other in those places where you need it the most. Because you've done the work, so you know yourself. And you'll know your partner that same way. All right. Let's see what we got, guys. Three of Pentacles, okay? Craftsperson, skilled, artisan, recognition of abilities and achievement. The Three of Pentacles indicates that you will be recognized for your skills, achievements, your handiwork is appreciated by others. You have worked hard and earned your success so far. While establishing a new venture, you have honed your skills and built a good reputation. Now you must reassess your goals and develop in a new direction. You can start another project from a position of strength. Financial affairs will blossom. So while you waiting on this person, guys, again, you are supposed to be reflecting so that you can take this new direction with this person, okay? So that's what's going on right now. You guys have been reflecting, but they're like, yeah, well, I'm reflecting, but I need to know. I need to know that my person on the way. Holy Spirit, please confirm for the collective. 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You hear me? I already told y'all what that is. That's blessings, abundance, prosperity. She's in the garden of blessings. You hear me? So your person is on the way. Ten of Pentacles. Holy Spirit, please clarify for the collective. They want to know if this new love offering is coming in and how soon it's coming in. Please clarify. Because divine feminine, like, no, I need my divine masculine before Christmas. That's all you want for Christmas, divine feminine. Divine masculine, that's how you want for Christmas. Oh my God, you know what? It's so crazy. I said the same thing. I'm like, look, I don't want anything else for Christmas but my man, period. My person, my reflection. That's what I want for Christmas, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's see if your love on the way. Ooh, Lord. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Let's Holy Spirit. Okay. So judgment is being called on a situation. So maybe this person that's coming in, maybe this is where they are. Since we're getting this energy here of judgment. And maybe that's where they had to be. Judgment. Right after the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm getting whoever this person is that's coming in for you. They too have, like I said earlier in the reading, they too have gone through working on themselves. And what I'm seeing here is that they're at a place right now, before they can come to you, there's some things that they are deserving of as well that has to happen for them. And judgment is being called, but it will be in their favor, as we have justice on the bottom of the deck. So this divine union, this person will come to you the same way that you coming to them. They're gonna come with everything already. Okay? Because whatever they were going through, they get ready to get justice for it. They're getting ready to get justice. But before they can come to you, this has to happen. Boom. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Here we go. That's what we've been waiting on. The Lovers. I cut the deck, guys, and we have the Lovers. And also, when I split the deck, right, getting ready to cut the deck, we have the Ace of Swords out here as well as the Lovers. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. We're gonna go ahead and take both of those. The Lovers and Ace of Swords. Okay, yeah, divine union. The incense is in. Let me go ahead and tell my baby I sent somebody for. All right, so the Lovers, card number 6. Keywords: love, connection, sensual attraction, union of opposites, new possibilities, temptation, and choice. In the card of the Lovers, we find a naked man and woman standing next to, and in some versions, embracing each other. With the man looking at the woman is looking up to the sky, where an angel is watching. The card alludes to the first levels of the Old Testament, Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden. Thus, along with love, relationship, and the family, the Lover's card has come to represent temptation and the need to make a choice. At this stage of his journey, the fool finds his match and decides to marry and unite the opposites within. The card suggests that a union is possible and there is hope for a bright future ahead. Boom. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go into the Ace of Swords in a minute, but like I said, this person that's coming in for you all, they've gone through the same thing you've gone through, okay? So they can match your energy. You understand? They match your energy thrust for thrust. This is you. This person and you, y'all share the same soul. Because this is your energy as well. You guys embody each other's energy. So this is the divine connection. Also, and it, like I said, with all these wands out here like that, this union is going to be blessed with abundance. They're already talking about here the success that you guys will have, but this union is going to be blessed. We have also the Ace of Swords. Let's get a read on the Ace of Swords, guys. I'll tell you what, the Ace of Swords, beginning, hope, ideals, principle, justice, conquest, new direction. Okay, that's perfectly in line with everything that we were just talking about, guys. This person, they're going through this judgment right now, and they're getting ready to get justice, and they're going to be rewarded for what they've gone through, and you are going to be the reward, is what I'm hearing. You are the reward. You guys are each other's reward. The Ace of Swords stands for your principles and ideas. You have decided to embark on a new life or take a new direction and high expectations for your future. And have high expectations of your future. Justice will be done. You do not wish to compromise your strongly held beliefs. The card may indicate the birth of a child, bringing great hope for the future. You're asked to have faith in yourself and your ability to overcome any challenges that lie ahead. Now, because of the fact that you all have faced similar challenges separately, it's going to be nothing for you guys to deal with this. And the only challenges that y'all going to have is what I'm hearing is how many more kids we're going to have. Divine feminine, barefoot and pregnant, okay? Period. Period. And you don't mind. Okay? So that's what's going on. This union is blessed. This union is blessed. He's not going to play about you. And the same divine masculine, she's not going to play about you either. So this union is blessed, guys. Holy Spirit, what is the final outcome for the collective here that you did, that you want them to know? What's the final outcome? Let's get one last clarifying card from the Oracle deck, and then we'll take one last clarifying card to close out the reading from the Tarot deck. Some of you all are extremely close to this blessing. Holy Spirit, how close are they to the blessing? Congratulations, you all. You have done the work. You're shining. Divine feminine, you're beautiful. You love yourself now. You know what you're not going to accept. And more importantly, you know your worth. And you're not wasting any more time on things that don't deserve you. I'm very proud of you. Divine masculine, you have mastered your lower self. You stopped giving yourself away to people that did not deserve your energy. You stopped giving yourself away to people that didn't deserve to be in the same space as you. You are a leader. You've always been that. That is why these other people were attracted to you, divine masculine. You are a leader. Oh my God. You're a leader. There's so many coming out. I'm just going to take them, guys. I'm just going to take them. They already came out. Divine masculine, you now understand what it means to be in touch with your feminine side, meaning emotionally you are intelligent, more so now than you've ever been. You know that it's okay for you to say that you're not okay, and you know how to express it now. Your throat chakra is open, but your heart is open as well. So you're able to balance out that energy when you're in that emotional space and you don't feel ashamed of it. I'm really, really proud of you for that. That's really beautiful. You're not trying to walk around, you're not walking around out here with that chip on your shoulder, to where you feel like you just have to be hard all the time. You've actually balanced yourself. And because of that, a lot of people around you, your family members and stuff, people that are used to seeing you that way, are seeing you differently now. They see a softer side of you, and they're catering to that divine masculine. So you might notice, like, the women in your family, they start checking in on you more. Hey, you need anything? You good? You know, that type of energy. And that's because they see a softer side of you now. You're connected. You're in tune with them. Your energy is not fighting against theirs. You're in a divine connection with the divine feminine within yourself. And because of that, we are natural born nurturers. We're going to check up on you. So you may notice that, way too many. You may notice that a lot more. The women in your family, your female friends, they might want to check up on you more. They're feeling your energy, and it's clear. So they might seem a little more clingier than usual, and that's just because you are in tune with them. Let's get some clarifying cards on the tarot to get ready and close it out, guys. This has been real good. In the same divine feminine, you checked yourself in the most feminine way possible and said, hey, I just want to be me. I don't, I want to be me. And what that looked like for you was not being strong all the time. You are now allowing yourself to be taken care of. You're treating yourself better. You're not overdoing it, with putting other people ahead of you, trying to be everything for everybody at one time. And because of that, you're going to see a lot of men, they're going to gravitate towards you. Might be out about to pump gas or something, divine feminine, and a guy might come up and be like, hey, can I get that for you? You might be going into the store, they grab the door, hey, can I hold the door for you? That type of deal. Can I help you put your groceries in the car? And what I'm hearing is this might even be how you have that fated encounter, divine feminine. But when a divine feminine is tapped into herself and she's living in that divine feminine energy, that gives way for the divine masculine to come in and perform that part, because you're not doing that. You're not assuming his role. And you'll have a lot of your male friends wanting to, do more for you. Take you to get your nails done, take you out to dinner, that type of thing. Treating you like the princess is what I'm hearing. You getting ready to get that princess treatment, love. You getting that princess treatment, because they know a princess when they see one, because she's not performing. She's her natural, authentic self. And there's nothing better than a divine feminine in her feminine energy. It takes up all the space in the room. It's loud and quiet at the same time. It's loud, meaning the energy, the frequency that it carries, it touches everybody, because she is grounded in love. That's the loudness, but the quiet is the softness. Behind her eyes, there's nothing waiting there. There's no ulterior motive. There's no games to be played. She's just being. She isn't going through anything. She's just being. She's in flow state. And divine feminine, I'm hearing too. Wow, this was for you. This is a generational curse that you broke, because you've been surrounded by a lot of very, very strong women. Not, and when I say this, let me put it into context. I ain't saying that that's the generational curse. What I'm saying is that women leading the household versus the men. You shown them that, it's okay to be feminine while doing the work. You broke a generational curse, divine feminine. And you're getting ready to really be rewarded for that. Like, you really broke a generational curse. You You put the boots down, put your sandals on, the Da Vinci sandals, you heard? Pulled your skirt up. You getting ready to be rewarded for that, because this energy in your bloodline, these women are very, very, very strong, and they were supposed to be that way. But if they would have learned how to balance it out and allow themselves to be led and just be in their feminine, if they would have allowed that, it took time to explore and heal that energy within themselves, they would have been they would have been a powerhouse. You are a powerhouse, divine feminine. You are a powerhouse, and you're about to be blessed beyond your wildest imagination. Holy Spirit, clarify this energy. Yeah. Divine feminine, you spent a lot of time in hermit mode by yourself, while healing that aspect of you. You always wanted to be in that soft girl era, but you were surrounded by a lot of strong women, and you had to get yourself by yourself in order to balance all that energy out. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be blessed for that. And you have a lot of power. And you know how to use it responsibly because you balanced yourself. The dark and the light, the feminine and the masculine. You, wow. You're the one. That's what I'm hearing. You are a creature of water. So this could be a water sign. You could be a water sign. Also, with a lot of the water signs, they're very creative in their expression. You could be looking into becoming like a social media influencer, using a platform where you are speaking, or you could work in a you could be in a public speaking sector in your work, is what I'm hearing. Okay, divine feminine as well as divine masculine. But creature of water, this is a water sign. You'll be able to pour into divine masculine is what I'm hearing. You'll be able to pour into him. Yeah, because you guys are going to risk it all together. You guys are going to risk it all together. You risked it all. You already risked it all to come to a place where you were healing yourself. You were the one that was like, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to avoid this. I'm going to run into this instead of running away from it. And because you guys risked it all, you're going to be blessed for that. Root of fire. This is the root of fire, okay? So also, you could be a fire sign. The divine masculine, you could be a fire sign. Divine feminine could be a fire sign. And and then this is my card out here as well. Every time I see this card, I say that, but this is the grid. This is the grid card, okay? The grid is the person that tells the story, okay? The grid tells the story. You guys are telling the stories of your ancestors by way of your healing. Blissed. It says the grid, blissed, the number 1 and the number 9. The 1 stands for the beginning, the 9 stands for completion. So you went into this not knowing who you were, and you came out of it completely a different person. And you're blessed and highly favored. All right, guys. Well, we're going to conclude the reading for tonight. It's probably like 6 o'clock now, a.m. And I'm on the East Coast. So again, this is a timeless message. Whenever you get it, it's for you. This is timeless. It doesn't have any limitation on it. I do want to leave you out with this. As we go into the weeks leading up to the end of the year, which will be the winter equinox. As we go into the winter equinox, the energy is picking up. So we want to be careful with practicing great spiritual hygiene, okay? So whatever you do, you know, because we all got our thing that we do. This is what I do. This is my thing. But whatever you do, just make sure that you're catering to you, and you keeping up real good spiritual hygiene right now. It's real important, okay? because whatever is coming in for you all, that success, the blessings, those creative endeavors that's about to take off, it is very imperative that you continue to keep the vibration high, and continue the evaluation and the reflection process leading up to this graduation, okay? So thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight. If this message resonates with you, wonderful. Take what does and leave what does not. Thank you all for exchanging spiritual energy with me. Blessings. I'll use that word from our Oracle deck. Blessings to you all, and congratulations on your new endeavors. Congratulations on your new counterparts. And just congratulations overall for sticking it out and going through this.